ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo, and on today's session of the Blue Hope Big Blue Day. I hope you enjoy the previous session that talks about fish bomb free Sabah and all the insightful information they have shared with regards to the disastrous bombing of fishes and also of corals. For this particular session, we do have a panel of very good speakers that's going to talk to us about how they go about getting together to eradicate trash. Or in Bahasa, it says Bersama Membasmi Sampah. So here we do have a moderator. Her name is Amy Dangin, or otherwise known as Auntie Patrin. So I'll let she tell you a little bit more about herself. But let me just pass over the baton to her. Amy, over to you.
Thank you, Nora. Hello, everybody, and a happy Big Blue Day, I guess. It's the Big Blue Day webinar, and I looked in my closet and I happened to have big blue pair of earrings, and I thought of putting them on to mark the occasion, to match the occasion. And honestly, for me, I am, as mentioned by Nora, Amy Dangin. I'm a local radio presenter here in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah, one of the most beautiful state and gem in the world, right? And I'm also as she mentioned, I don't like to use the label social media influencer, but that's what happened. That's what happened. And here I am. In my work as a radio presenter and even as a media person, I was a journalist for 7 years for a local newspaper as well. Environmental awareness, waste awareness are things that I have been passionate about. And it's really an honor to be able to share the same space with amazing individuals in today's panel, people who have worked closely, lower on the ground, literally lower than the ground, going undersea, under the ocean, saving our oceans literally with their amazing work. And other than that, other than NGOs, we also have people from the business side of things. We have tour companies, tour and travel companies, as well as the chief village of a community who have been working on spreading waste awareness. I'm sure they've done a lot of work, and we will be able to hear from each and every one of them. So it's going to be a various perspective kind of chat today. But all in all, let's breathe and begin the session without further ado, because I don't think an hour is enough to talk about these things, right? I mean, from my personal experience with my friend, who is also one of the panel members today, Monica Chin. She is the co-founder of Blu Hope, who is the organizer, co-organizer of this Big Blue Day as well. And yeah, from a personal bucerita, talking to each other about these things, unofficially, it can get out of hand and we will run out of time. So I try not to waste too much time talking and presenting our panelists today. We have Monica, as I mentioned. Hello, Monica. And we also have among us Hazel Oakley, Managing Director of TRACC. If you don't know what TRACC is, it's Tropical Research and Conservation Center. And we also have Saham Asaad, Managing Director of Traverse Tours and Berhad. We have Valentine G. Willard, Operation Manager of Mari Mari Sepanggar Island Resort. And we also have Hanafiah Abdul Hasim, Chief Village of Kampung Pulau Gaya. So without further ado, can I invite the first person's name that I mentioned, Monica. We're wearing blue today. You look blue today in a good way.
All blue, everything blue.
Refreshingly blue. So yeah, Monica, maybe for those of who have just
thank you,
ADEX, and they don't know what is this Big Blue Day, what is Blu Hope, maybe you can give us a little bit of background. Why are we here today?
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, my name is Monica Chin. I'm a avid scuba diver and co-founder Blu Hope. And I joined underwater cleanup since 2000. A little bit information about me, why I into this Blue Day and still continuing doing and protect what I love here in Borneo, Sabah. So I joined underwater cleanup in 2012, actually, in Indonesia, Bali. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So my childhood playground was get worse compared today, which is in 1980s. It's so pristine, so clean, it's so healthy. For me, as if I compare nowadays, it's pretty healthy in 1980s. So no trash, no garbage. You are not afraid that um, your leg will be cut by a broken glass, things like that.
Very
And started my own initiative, beach cleanup, at the hometown Kota Blut in the year 2013. It's unstable, is it?
Yeah, we're losing you a little bit, but you still there?
I have a, yeah, I'm here. It's connection problem.
Yeah, welcome to Sabah kan? I think it's an open secret. Internet connection here in Sabah can be a bit of a problem, especially depending on the weather. And on my side, it looks
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, on my side, it looks a little cloudy. So pardon the internet connection disruption if you notice us going starting to sound like robots, being stuck with our words. So apologies. I was made to understand that we have audience from all over the world. Yeah, a lot of people are tuning in. The advertisement or the marketing
Hello.
materials. Yeah, hello, Monica.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I think this is better. Okay, loud and clear. So just a quick one, very quick one. So my childhood playground was worse compared in 1980s, and I started my own initiative, beach cleanup, at my hometown Kota Blut in year 2013. And yeah, started a massive cleanup as well, and a public awareness 2014 at my own. I mean, me and my friend initiative until 2000 this year, 17th of March. And I totally, how to say, orang bilang, I mean, people said actions speak louder. So I totally stopped single-use mineral water bottle, bags, plastic bags, straw, and take away food packaging. I reduce as much as possible. So I believe this action is, I mean, it can inspire the friends around me and want to inspire more people, not only the friends around me and our audience. So I totally stopped. So yeah, I made it. I think this year is the 9 years now. So stop throwing all my household plastic food packaging. I stopped it, ended to the landfill since 2017, and you have no idea how much that the single-use food packaging inside my house is like a pile of I don't know, it's a big pile, and hopefully I can share with everyone, you guys, soon in the future. In 2017, no single-use plastic and packaging go to my house dustbin. So indirectly, I stop it to goes to the landfill. So that's how I want to see in one household how much is the plastic food packaging I can consume and create, adding the burden of our plastic pollution in Borneo, Sabah. So yeah, it's still not enough. It's still not effective, and it's still not enough. And I wanted to do more, faster, and more efficient. That is why we are all here today. So yeah, so Blu Hope, here one of the Blu Hope pilot project is Sabah, one of the Sabah Plastic Neutral initiative. That is Bersama Membasmi Sampah. Membasmi Sampah is together we eradicate the trash. That means we eliminate, dismiss it totally, that there is not going to affect our environment. So Pulau Gaya, we will start our pilot project in Pulau Gaya, which is Tunku Abdul Rahman Park cleanup, which is supposed to happen September, but due to a lot of circumstances, and we have consider all the pandemic and the safety of everyone, and then we decided to postpone it to January, February. So finger crossed. It's a huge movement, and we hope the world can see what we are doing here, and we want to duplicate it around Southeast Asia, Malaysia, and Southeast Asia, hopefully in Asia as well. So with the Pulau Gaya Island community involvement, and we are support this initiative, Blu Hope Bersama Membasmi Sampah program is fully supported by DBKK and strongly supported by the tourism minister and as well as the local Sabah local government, with collaboration with NGO and especially like TRACC. They are the most important pillar in this movement, in this project, like resort involvement, like Sepanggar Island Resort, Mantanani Island Dive Resort, dive center around KK as well. And yeah, we are welcome all the private company to join us, to join force, to be part of this, because we can't do it alone. Even though we are here, the people here is not enough. We need more, because the trash is not from us, from everyone. So we need everyone. We welcome everyone to involve. Community empowerment and cleanup. This is not only picking up garbage, but we will create a Blu Hope will create a circular economy to sustain the local community financial and livelihood as well. Create a behavior change and mindset rebranding, something like that. So people take this very seriously, and we can move on to another level and showcase to the world that Sabah is ready to welcome people around the world to learn from us. Yeah, that is together we eradicate trash and bersama membasmi sampah all about. So no more gotong royong, no more the traditional gotong royong. And it's for me, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people around me that know me, gotong royong doesn't work. It's not sustainable. It's not gonna help in long term to our local community. I'm not gonna ask my kids or my generation to pick up other people's trash. This is we need to stop this. We need to change this. We need to find a solution, and together with the local community and everyone that I mentioned and not mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's it, Emmy. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks,
Thank you.
Monica.
Over to you.
And you mentioned eradicate trash many times. My bad. First day on the job, and I forgot to mention the title of our webinar for this next hour. So it's actually, we're going to talk about trash, guys, for the next 1 hour. We're going to talk about, in Malay, we call it sampah. Kita akan bercerita tentang sampah. And it's good that Monica also pointed out that gotong royong shouldn't be the only way we know how to take care of our environment anymore. It's right. We've been organizing gotong royong since forever, since we were kids, and even now it has been kind of upgraded. Since they, yeah. And now it's
change it.
Now it's been upgraded to coastal beach cleanup, and then hipsterize it a little bit. But that really has to change. I think we need to, even me personally, I've only started really paying attention to the number of single-use plastic that I use in my daily life with my family for the past 3 years, collecting them in eco bricks. That was, I think, after an extensive chat with Monica as well. Yeah, so it's not that we do not have the awareness. Kesadaran tu ada, we do have the awareness, but it seems like it's not enough. And thank you also, Monica, for mentioning TRACC, the Tropical Research and Conservation Center. And we have its managing director, Hazel, here. Hazel, I believe you're also one of those people who have spent many, many years of your life working closely on the ground, working under the sea. I'm sure working a lot in an area where layman people like us, common people like us, do not see the end of where our trash goes to. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how are things down there.
Hi, Amy. Thank you very much. It's funny, I was just listening to Monica talk about her childhood and when she was a child and how clean it was. And I remember when I first came to Sabah, I moved to Kudat. I lived in a village on the beach called Lomgom Kecil up in Kudat in 2001, 2002. And we used to beach clean once a week. And my kawan-kawan in the kampong were like, kenapa macam itu? You know, why are you picking up the trash off the beach? And we said, you know, because we don't want to live amongst the trash. And there wasn't that much trash. We collected trash off the beach every week. There was the trash we generated ourselves, but once a week you could clean the beach, and that was enough. And when we lived in Kudat, there was no garbage disposal. You had to burn it. So any waste that you generated yourself, we created a fire, we burned it, and then we buried the residue exactly the same as everybody else in all the kampongs across Sabah that still have no municipal garbage collection. And now I live in the city, and KK City Centre has great recycling facilities, but there's a really steep curve between DBKK and the rest of Sabah in facilities that are provided. So TRACC, which is the Tropical Research and Conservation Centre, is based on Pulau Pompom now in Semporna. And we are invited to participate with Blu Hope to really put a value on the waste that is on our beaches, and also look at some volumes and try and collect some statistics and some data, not of what the trash is, but how much trash, how many landfills do we need, how much pyrolysis, which is waste to energy, you burn it very efficiently and you use the energy for electricity generation. So how many pyrolysis factories do we need? How much of this could be recycled as part of a circular economy to generate value for the people who live in our most distant, most rural, most marginalized communities? So hopefully my presentation will work. I'd just like to show you some pictures of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to put a value on the trash. So TRACC is predominantly a marine conservation organization. What we do is we have volunteers come and stay with us. We teach them to dive. And then we are rebuilding a reef here on Pulau Pompom. So here you can see one of our artificial structures and the planted coral and the reef stabilization. But the trash is part of our daily experience. We can't get away from it. It washes up on every tide. It tangles around our underwater work. We can't escape the waste problem. Oh no, I've dropped a slide.
No worries.
So yes, we have a beautiful beach. It's about 250 meters long, but every single day, every single tide washes the waste up onto the beach. And we are 30 kilometers from Semporna town. That's 45 minutes by speedboat. This isn't close. And we're collecting on this perfectly isolated, uninhabited beach. We collect this trash every single day. The trash that we collect off the beach has evidence both from the richest members of our global community and of course the poorest members of our global community, both of whom are using single-use coffee products. Oh, no, coffee's gone. And we look at this is a typical Sabahan scene. There's a nice beach, a beautiful lagoon, our lovely islands. But if you look closely at this picture, oh no, The little dark spots in this picture are plastic bags and food wrappers in the water. They're just being washed up every single tide. When you take the speedboat from Semporna to Pulau Pompom,
Sorry,
as you're
Hazel.
driving,
Sorry, Hazel. I think you need to reshare your screen. We can't see it.
The screen.
You gotta, yeah, you're gonna re-click the share screen. Yes.
is it back?
Double click to enter.
Ah,
framework.
yeah, that's
Yes, that's cool. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so as I was saying, this is a typical beautiful Sabahan beach. We have a beautiful sand, we have this lovely lagoon, pictures of our lovely islands, and each dark spot in this picture is a plastic bag or food wrapper. And it just washes up day after day after day. And because we live on the beach and we're working on the beach, we collect it. And I have this amazing team of volunteers. So far, we've had 430 people take part in beach cleanups at TRACC over the last 26 months. And we've beach cleaned every single day for 26 months. And we beach clean. And we beach clean. No, it doesn't like this slide. And we beach clean. So this picture here, this is 1 week of trash off my beach. My beach is just 250 meters long, and that is the volume of waste that I can collect off an uninhabited island 30 kilometers from a major urban center. Of course, we transport it all back to the mainland, and then we stuff it into our van and we drive it to the municipal landfill in Semporna, which is full. So removing this trash from the beach is no longer part of the solution. We're just moving it from a problem on the beach where you can see it to a problem in landfill where you can't see it. So I want to look at some of the things that we, some of the data we're collecting. So our island has no village. There's little local waste generation, and we collect on average 1 kilo of waste per 100 meters of beach per day. So if you scale that up to Sabah, at a really rough estimate, Sabah has 1,500 kilometers of coastline. So if I get 1 kilo in 100 meters, I get 10 kilos in a kilometer, I get 15,000 kilos of trash in 1,500 kilometers of waste. That's 15 tons of marine debris washing up every single day onto Sabah's coastline. So what washes up every day? There is a real variety of Sabah's beaches. Bottom left, lots and lots of shoes. I don't know what's happening. Sabahans lose their kasut. Top right, diapers. This is ghastly. If you think about it, every diaper that has ever been still exists. My diapers, your diapers, my mom's diapers. Literally every diaper that has ever been still exists, and millions of them wash up on the beaches every single day. They're one of our biggest weight volume garbage problems. Then sign of the times, we have hand sanitizer, top left. And then bottom left, this is just general marine debris. Shoes, water bottles, that's a Ridsect mosquito spray. It all washes up. Depending where you are, you types of trash. The picture on the left is on Pom-Pom. Those are cheap plastic straws like you might get in a fast food takeaway meal. On the picture on the right-hand side are small and expensive plastic straws that you might get with a yogurt drink. It doesn't matter whether you come from a poor community or a rich community, people are still dropping their straws on the floor. And then there's lots of branded stuff washing up on the beach. And this is really interesting because this opens the possibility of extended producer responsibility. So something like the Johnson's Baby talc bottle, because you can identify the manufacturer, you can pass some of the burden of responsibility of the waste back to the manufacturer, that they have to step up and take part in the cleanup, the recycling, the rescuing this value and putting it back into the economy. The bottom picture, of course, is a balloon. Those are a massive health hazard for marine organisms because they get eaten and they break down into microplastics really easily. And then, of course, we have the water bottles, the single-use water bottles. And on the one really difficult one to tackle because so many villages, particularly the rural, the island communities, don't have healthy water supplies. They rely on bottled drinking water. But on the other hand, this is the water supply for Semporna tourist jetty for a single day. This, 6 cubic meters of single-use half-liter water bottles, all shrink-wrapped in plastic, goes out with the tourists to the Semporna Islands every single day. And I can guarantee that less than 30% of those are actually coming back to Semporna and being disposed of properly. So whilst we must make allowances for people who need bottled water, we have to provide that in such a way that they can reuse their bottles, that we can provide safe drinking water, and that you don't rely on this single-use disposable plastic culture. Because if you thought my beach was bad, this is Semporna town. And Semporna town is not unique. This kind of kampong under the water villages can be seen across Sabah, whether you are in Tawau, Semporna, Likas, Lahad Datu, Sandakan, Kudat, Kota It doesn't matter where you are. If you have water village, the trash accumulates under the village. Even if the village itself isn't generating it, the trash accumulates underneath it because of the currents and the tides. And that leads to horrific scenes like this. On the left, we have Southeast Asian water monitors living in the trash. The lower one actually has plastic trapped around its body. In the right-hand side, I am literally walking on the water there. There is so much garbage in the water just there that I can walk across the surface of the garbage and not get my feet wet. So one of the things we're really trying to do with Blu Hope and Bersama Membasmi Sampah is create an ecosystem in which the value of this trash, those plastic bottles, the PET, the number 5, the number 2 plastic bottles that have value can be recycled. They do go to be recycled. Things that have less value, like the food wrappers and the plastic bags and the polystyrene foam, go to pyrolysis to generate an energy in the community. Because nobody in Sabah should have to live in these sort of conditions. Thank you, Amy.
Wow, thank you, Hazel. No matter how, I mean, I don't think all of us are new to this kind of information. But what
You're
surprises...
muted, Amy.
Oh. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Yeah, okay. Yeah. What surprises me is the fact that no matter how many times I see those photos, you know, I've seen it probably the first time 10 years ago, and somehow that gets renewed. The number doesn't seem to decrease. It increases, if anything. And it's surprising. Like, I feel like maybe from the perspective of someone who's been made aware of these things, you would think that more and more people are jumping on the bandwagon of spreading waste awareness, having more responsibility towards our way of consumerism, consuming things. But it doesn't seem to reach the number that we would like to have, you know, like the number of people being more aware of these things. But also what's interesting is that Hazel mentioned tour companies, businesses that has linked to these places, also providing, contributing to the problem in a way. And we do have someone from the business side of things here. We have Valentine, operation manager. Hi, Valentine. Yeah, maybe you can speak. Valentine G. Willard is the operation manager of Mari Mari Sepanggar Island Resort. And maybe Valentine can share with us the business side of things. Are tour companies aware of the gravity of the situation, of the alarming rate of plastic use that is degrading the quality of our oceans and our planet and our environment? And what are maybe some of the things that tour companies try to do with maybe the local communities to help reduce the problem?
Yeah, let's see what is over to you, Valentine.
Take it away.
Hi everyone, and hi, thanks Amy, thanks Monica, thanks everyone to let me join this webinar. And can you hear me, Amy? Clear?
Yeah, Ken.
Okay. All right. First of all, because on the rubbish that we facing in our island, Mari Mari Sepanggar Island, we have faced this incoming rubbish every day. Yeah, and it's a very troublesome. But again, we work hard every day, morning, afternoon, evening, to clear the rubbish, and we educate also our staff, which is also the local people in next to the village, from the village side, which is most of them are. Some of them are our staff also, so they are being teach on how to clean the beach, make sure that educate their parents, educate their colleagues, educate their neighbors not to throw rubbish. And we are doing a new norms for new incoming guests that are post-COVID-19 guests in-house or day trippers that coming to the island, that every guest coming in to the island, we encourage them to bring back their rubbish, their plastic bottles, whatever things that you bring or plastic they bring out, and we prepare a garbage bin at the just certain point like that, so that they can throw it back outside rather than they leave it in the island. It quite high cost, and also it's not really nice when you would try to reduce the plastic in the island effect, and also the cost of operation to bring out the garbage. Yeah. So this is what we are trying to do with the new incoming tourists that we are starting already operating yesterday, and for overnight we start operating by next Friday, and we do have guests for overnight during the Christmas also. So they've been informed to bring out their plastic bags or any garbage, they are very happy to help us. And we are promoting this because previously we didn't tell them, but they are very happy to hear what we are trying to do with the new norms. Yeah, and as you can see, like in Kudat, in Sapona, yeah, there's a lot of garbage coming in, and it's everywhere around the sea. And in fact, by giving education to the public and to the schools, to everyone, and by not throwing rubbish to any rivers or by the sea like that. And the worst part is when there's a flood happening around the mainland, then you may see like what I see last Thursday when I was in the island. I saw a trophy which is, I think, oh, this is my trophy of rubbish. And I have seen and my colleague have whether you can see this. Yeah.
Oh,
Wheelbarrow.
that's Jess. Yeah.
Yeah, Jess is there, and we are doing cleaning every day. And this is our last Thursday. This is part of the rubbish that we managed to gather, and we have few more groups of rubbish around the beach here side. So this is part of the rubbish that we gather. Yeah, and we bring out and throw by lorry to the mainland to the Kalimantan. Again, it's quite painful also to see this. I do have another one. This is what they cleaned yesterday. So not only plastic bag, yeah, we do have woods floating, and this is what happened when the wind coming from the southwesterly like that. If coming from the north side, then we won't get so many rubbish. Yeah. So this is the problem that we face, and most of the stuff here are from the village nearby. So they work hard because they know that when it's a clean beach, clean sea, yeah, then there'll be a local tourist coming in, and they know that this is the only income that they can get when the tourism is open back. So by next week, we're going down again to help them to clean the beach, to clean the underwater, to do the mass preparation for the opening of our overnight stay there. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Valentine. I'm sure amazing works you guys are doing there at Mari Mari Sepanggar Island Resort, and that's the way I feel it should be. Businesses playing more active roles in what are the things we make available to our customers, our clients, our tourists, because I think one of the main problems with our generation and our relationship with the environment, our relationship with plastic, is that we have gotten used to the idea of convenience so much. Semua orang mau senang, orang bilang. We want everything to be easy. We want everything to be nicely packed in a single-use plastic bag so that it doesn't spill and we don't have to do the extra work of cleaning up. Everybody, because of convenience, I feel that is why we tend to somehow forget or ignore about, or we don't even think about where does our waste go. If I buy a plastic, maybe I want to tapao food. Tapao is what we call takeaway. If we want to take away food, we want it to be convenient. We want it to be easy. We don't want it to spill. So the only solution is to put it in a polystyrene or styrofoam container or a single. I'm still so mad about a food delivery that I got yesterday, because my bad for not checking with the restaurant, but I ordered like four packs of rice, nasi, ikan bolu tanpa tulang kato. I didn't check and I just delivered. And when it came in like 9 styrofoam containers, and I was like, no. So I think touching a little bit on what Hazel mentioned just now, to pass on some of the responsibility back to the manufacturer, back to the business, back to the people who are producing this. So the only thing I was left to do was texted and gave them a review and a comment on, you need to change the way you are packaging your takeaway food, because there's a lot of styrofoam and I cannot do anything with styrofoam. What can I do with styrofoam? I can't do anything with it. I can't recycle. So yeah, glad that's out of the system. Anyway, we actually have little time left. I was told that I was only given an hour for this, and we have one person left on the panel who has yet to speak. Encik Hanafiah, yaitu Ketua Kampung Pulau Gaya. Right? I think it's time we hear from Ketua Kampung sendiri. So Pulau Gaya has been known to be blamed for the trash that ends up on the coastal lines of KK City, right? Sikit-sikit banyak sampah di pantai. Orang Pulau Gaya itu, orang Pulau itu, orang kampung itu. You know, like the Pulau Gaya community is always blamed for the trash that accumulated in our coastlines. But for those people who are aware of it, like most people on the panel, I believe, and those people who are watching, and a lot of people who have been doing environmental works, we would know that trash does not come solely from the community itself. So I would like to invite Encik Hanafiah to share with us a little bit about what are some of the works that the community in Pulau Gaya have been doing with the help of NGOs, even DBKK, I believe they have been doing some projects with the relevant ministries in Pulau Gaya to spread waste awareness and environmental awareness. So, Encik Hanafiah mungkin boleh cerita sedikit apa kerja-kerja yang telah dilakukan di Pulau Gaya untuk supaya orang lebih sadar tentang impak sampah yang kita produce sehari-hari.
Oke, terima kasih Emi.
Ya.
Terima kasih semua. Terima kasih ya Blu.
Cakap kuat sedikit, Encik.
Oke, halo. Terima kasih Emi, terima kasih semua, terima kasih Blu Hope karena telah mengadakan campaign yang begitu hebat tentang permasalahan sampah ini. Permasalahan sampah ini bukan setakat hanya di Pulau Gaya, di Sabah, tapi di seluruh dunia lah. Masalah sampah, masalah plastik ini memang ada. Terutamanya sekali di pulau-pulau lah. Sebab di pulau-pulau hanya ada tiada tempat pembuangan sampah yang sepatutnya untuk dibuang. Karena di pulau bukan setakat ada dua penyumbang utama lah dikira di pulau-pulau. Pertama, sampah yang hanyut dari laut akan ke pantai. Kedua, dari lokal sendiri lah, orang-orang di sana yang membeli barang-barang daripada bandar, membawa beg plastik ke pulau, dan tiada pembuangan sampah yang sepatutnya untuk disediakan di setiap kampung-kampung di pulau lah. Karena di pulau ada 4 buah kampung. Jadi di Pulau Gaya sendiri pun ada resort. Ada 4 resort Pulau Gaya. Kenapa di resort dia sampah-sampah di pantai jarang sekali kita lihat, karena dia di resort dia ada pekerja, dan kedua itu sampah yang telah dikutip oleh pekerja akan dibuang ke satu tempat, bukan dikumpul di pulau, dia akan dibuang ke tanah besar di bandar. Bukan macam di kampung-kampung, di water village, kita akan adakan gotong royong. Tapi kita adakan gotong royong, itu sampah kita pungut dari pantai, kita mau letak di mana? Kita letak hanya di pulau juga. Di contohnya kita pungut di pantai, kita akan simpan di belakang pantai, di ujung, di tengah-tengah tengah-tengah padang. Jadi itu sampah akan sentiasa bertimbun di sana. Tiada lagi yang sampah di sana, dia tidak akan berkurang, dia makin bertambah. Karena setiap ujung tahun seperti ini kan kita buat gotong royong untuk membersihkan sampah, dan net-net yang kita simpan di depan pantai ini kan, supaya menghalang sampah dari laut tuh akan terdampar di pantai. Hanya itu saja cara kita supaya itu sampah tidak akan terdampar begitu banyak. Yang kalau musim tengkujuh itu sampah akan hanyut ke pantai dan pantai akan kotor. Jadi kita buat kira memungut sampah ini di pantai untuk membersihkan sampah seperti ini kan. Kita buat bersama Jabatan Polis Pulau Gaya, kita tolong sama anggota, kita jahit itu pukat kita untuk menghalang tu sampah daripada hanyut ke pantai lagi. Ini pun di BKK adakan lomba, kira pertandingan kampung terbersih, dan pernah Kampung Kesuapan dinobatkan juara kampung terbersih karena sampah di sana pada 2013 masa Datuk Yo Bun Hai jadi maya. Kampung Kesuapan adalah kampung memenangi kampung terbersih dulu. Jadi masa Datuk Yo Bun Hai jadi maya, kita punya kampung sudah bersih, tapi masalah dia di sana sampah tu masih di pulau. Jadi memang tu pantai semua sudah bersih, tapi sampah masih di sana. Lepas tu kan kita buatkan gotong royong, beginilah jadinya. Itu kita tidak tahu mau simpan di mana tu sampah, kita buatkan tembok. Seperti ada dalam gambar nih yang di depan nih, kita buat tembok. Jadi tu sampah kita simpan di sana. Di sana kita akan simpan di sana tu sampah, sebab kita tidak tahu mau buang di mana, kita simpan, kita buat tembok, kita timbus pakai tanah seperti inilah. Sekarang nih di bawah dia nih semua sampah-sampah sudah nih. Lepas tu kita akan tanamlah rumput-rumput untuk menghijaukan pantai yang sudah ada sampah di bawah, karena itu kalau sampah apabila ditanam dia ada satu kimia yang akan mengeluarkan. Jadi untuk menghilangkan kimia tu mungkin kita simpan tu rumput, ada sebab rumput dia ada karbon dioksida boleh kasih keluarkan untuk
lebih baik
alam.
untuk alam sekitar. Better.
Kira begitu. Kira begitulah.
So itu belum lagi dibikin lah. It's on the way lah, on the way.
Sekarang sudah. Sekarang kali kedua sudah kita buat. Yang inilah sekarang ni. Tapi oleh karena di pulau, mungkin Valentine pun tahu, di pulau selalu ada musim angin. Itu yang membuatkan kita punya pukat-pukat akan dibawa oleh arus yang deras, angin, ombak akan membawa tu sampah-sampah dari laut hanyut balik di pantai, dan membuatkan kita punya pukat akan kena maintenance balik lah. Kena buat balik. Itu yang permasalahan dia kalau kita buat itu penghadang sampah. Ya, orang Monica pun sudah masuk pergi pulau, tengok pantai semua di sana. Sekarang yang permasalahan itu hanya bila musim angin itu sampah-sampah akan hanyut dan kita punya pukat akan kuyak lah. Sebelum tahu juga masalah-masalah yang di pulau.
Thank you for sharing that, Hanafiah. I mean, at least orang nampak juga kan orang-orang di Pulau Gaya bukan tidak bikin apa-apa kan pasal kesedaran sampah nih, permasalahan sampah nih.
Di pulau pun kita pernah juara kampung terbersih di BKK yang ditirap juga pernah menang.
Yeah, so I would like to add a little bit about this because these people in Gaya Island, they've been labeled that they are the one created the heaviest plastic pollution in the west at the Tunku Abdul Rahman Park, but actually many are wrong. So there is some database we can search, and we would like to share soon in the future. So these are the people in Gaya Island, as together with the Sepanggar Island. They are doing the initiative. They are trying the best to do something, to create something, and to eradicate the trash. But somehow, because of the current of the ocean, and it's still bringing back to the island. So in additional, with during my inspection with the Blu Hope team to all that I think 2-3 village in Pulau Gaya, not only one time but few times. So there is a bay that the water is dead, the dead bay water, that when the storm comes, it will wash up all the trash, and there is no current that to bring it out the trash again. So the trash was stuck there, and it's many years. As far as I know, it is about 8 to 10 feet depth of trash in that Lok Urai village in Pulau Gaya. So Emmy, we want to hear from the people. We want to hear from all the human in Borneo. So I asked them, how are you gonna solve this? What you want to do with it? They said, we have no idea. We don't know. We don't know how to handle the trash. We don't like to live in this kind of situation, unhealthy, dirty, smelly, and we have no choice, but we just want to carry on our life. So these are the point that Hanafiah highlighting to us, that together with Pulau Sepanggar community as well, we're gonna do something to help them in terms of they are struggling, of course, with all the Sabahan, all the Borneo community as well. So these are the point that we really need to look into, to solve, to eradicate the trash. So, and then these are the project that Encik Hanafiah has done with his community, not because they have to cover the trash and then plant a greenery plant along that beach, so that they know that it helped a little bit to balance the ecosystem. So these are the things. Look at that, all the efforts that they have done. But somehow, when the storm comes, the net broken again, so the trash coming again. So they have not enough manpower to keep on doing it. So how to say, it's not a sustainable solution. That's what we want to help them here. Okay, so that's a short explanation to help Hanafiah to explain to the audience out there. So yeah, Hanafiah, over to you. These are the activity that we have done. Yeah, over to you, Hanafiah. The crazy meeting.
Terima kasih Monica, terima kasih Amy, terima kasih kepada semua karena bekerja keras untuk memberi sumbangan ide-ide dan tenaga bagaimana kita untuk menjaga kita punya alam, bukan hanya untuk diri kita, bukan hanya untuk kepentingan diri kita, tapi kepentingan untuk masa hadapan, kepentingan untuk semua, bukan hanya untuk individu. Terima kasih. Saya pun tidak kenal Mr. Valentine, baru kenal hari ini. Amy, semua baru kenal hari ini. Begitu excited, begitu teruja untuk mengadakan campaign yang paling besar, campaign semua orang pun kalau mau bagi kerja ini semua angkat tangan. Tapi semua yang ada di sini di Blu Hope, rekan-rekan semua memang orang-orang kuat, begitu hebat semua. Terima kasih dapat berbual sama Anda semua.
Yeah, thank you, Hanafiah. But if she's speaking English, she'll switch into British accent, and yeah, here we are. So anyway, Monica, you are right. We won't have enough time to finish talking what we want to talk about, but it's very good. It's for me, it's hopeful to see that we have a representative, ada wakil dari kampung sendiri, dari community sendiri, which means that we are reaching mileage and volume in the things, in the efforts that we are making to make our world a better place. Kambang bulu sa cakat begini, tapi yeah, goosebumps when I say that because I get excited about these things. So thank you to people like Monica, people like Simon, Christopher. They are the founders and co-founders of Blu Hope, under which this whole Big Blue Day is being organized. And it's an honor to be able to also have in the room with us people like Hazel and also Valentine. So we get to hear like a more holistic perspective as to where we are with our problem with plastic, with waste, masalah kita dengan sampah, di mana kita sekarang, and where can we go from here? I don't know if we still have time, but I would like to ask any member of the panelists of the panel to maybe share with us, where can we go from here? What are plans for communities? Because if anything, I think that's how we do it. Individually, it starts from ourselves, the awareness starts from ourselves, and then we reach out to communities like Pulau Gaya, and hopefully it will have a ripple effect as to hopefully by 2030, 10 years from now, we won't have to have these kind of webinars anymore because people will be so aware about the waste they produce, and we don't have to waste so much saliva talking about these things. Okay, so anybody from our panel today, maybe Hazel, maybe even Monica, can share with us, where do we go from here? How can we help communities to be more self-sustainable? Because as we said, balik-balik gotong royong, keep on doing cleanup, we won't be able to solve the problem because the root of the problem is our awareness, the awareness of our communities in the waste we produce every single day. So where do we go from here?
I think that there are two things that we really need to tackle fairly shortly. The first is the way manufacturers produce their products. We've gone from a very, you buy ingredients, you cook it yourself, you throw away compost society to you buy something that's pre-packaged, pre-made, you heat it up, and then you throw away plastic. And in the rural communities, that just doesn't work. If you look at something like instant noodles, and I'm aware that my Samahan friends can eat 2-minute noodles 3 times a day, you have a packet of 5. So there is the outside packet, then there are 5 inside packets, and each inside packet contains the powder, the oil, the soy sauce, and the chili. So there's this massive volume of waste that comes in a single packet of instant noodles. And I would really like to see the manufacturers of those kind of products say, hey guys, here is a 20 packet jar of I am flavoring. So you can buy the noodles and the flavoring without having all those stupid little packets. And the same stupid little packets. Shampoo. In the rural communities, you don't have the money to buy a 14 ringgit bottle of shampoo. So you're buying shampoo in 50-cent sachets. We have to come up with ways in which we can sell tiny volumes of things to our B40 communities that don't involve tiny volumes of packaging. So first we have to produce better. And then on the other side, we really have to separate the waste management from the logistics. Because when you talk about rural kampongs, when you talk about island communities, they don't have the facilities to transport that waste back to wherever. We need to get pyrolysis into the communities so that waste that can't be recycled can be used where it is generated, and then the waste that has value can be used to offset the cost of transporting it back to recycling facilities such as plastics and glass and tires and steel and things like that. So I'd really like to see both ends of this waste supply chain really tackling the problem. And of course, us in the middle, people like Monica, people like myself who've gone fundamentally zero waste, and we're out there in the markets with our rattan baskets going, no plastic. Just semua di dalam.
Yes.
People
yes.
in Semporna think I'm crazy. I'm standing there buying 15 watermelons for TRACC without a plastic bag, you know.
It's true, Hazel, because if we want to see change, it starts from each and every one of us, because each and every one of us are capable of producing, using stuff, consuming in the name of convenience, little stupid little packages, and we don't realize how much plastic we produce just because, and they're single use. That's the worst thing about it. They're single use. We go to a shop, tapaw something, we reach our home, we consume and we eat the food, and then buang plastic. One of the things that I've also been doing, other than bringing my own water bottle and my own coffee mug and refilling my own hand sanitizers in glass bottles so I don't have to buy them, I've also reduced to using only a single bar of soap for my hair and my body. And it's things like that. Jangan lagi terlampau fikir, mana lagi shampoo, mana lagi conditioner, mana lagi shampoo badan, mana lagi cuci tangan, lain lagi botol plastik dia. Ya ampun. It's like so,
Yeah, so this is, I totally agree with Hazel. This is the thing, you know, as in, not only in Borneo, not only in Sabah, but the people around the world, you know, who are watching this, we need to start from ourselves. All the straws, the single-use plastic is a unnecessary convenience. Yes, unnecessary convenience. We don't need that. And those are businesses that they buy all the plastic bag, the straw. Your customer, your consumer, just use it and throw it, just like throwing your money. Why not? You make a choice, like you make a choice. You to find something that can replace that the unnecessary convenience for the consumer, good for the people, the health of our environment, not only our environment, but to sustain our future. And what we protect, what we taking care is for our generation. It's not for us. We're gonna leave the world anytime. We are not gonna stay here a longer time. So in Sabah, Blu Hope are creating how to say, we are trying to find the suppliers, the company that produce those food packaging, which is they produce from the tapioca skin, rice straw, cornstarch, things like that. So these are the products that we should have more, not to put up the price so much, because the demand are so less, so that product becomes so expensive. Expensive. We have wooden spoon, we have bamboo spoon, we have all this thing really 100% eco-friendly. So I'm here I'm here to voice out, those are the factory, the producer, the manufacturers that who can produce this kind of a product. Please help us around the world. Do not hike up the price too high, because nobody not all the businesses are how to say afford to buy that, which is Emmy, we know in our Sabah, in Borneo, you know, a lot of food businesses now, they want to change, they want to do something, they want to save the biodiversity in Sabah, but they have no other option, there is no other solution, because it's too expensive. It's the product that eco-friendly is so expensive. Just like what Hazel said, you know, the B40, we need to focus on the community that in B40, so that they afford to buy those small tiny things, but with a very friendly way to our environment. Of course, this is need a lot of involvement, international. So yeah, the product, we need to allow them. Hopefully Blu Hope can be one of the platform to bring in more eco-friendly product to Sabah, so that all the businesses in Sabah have more choice, and we can protect our biodiversity, which is one and only in the world. Yeah. So Blue Hope is not only talking about trash, shark, fish bombing, ghost net, cleanup, and then community project, things like that. But we want to create a real, tangible, to share the value with everyone in Sabah and hopefully throughout Asia. Yeah, so we need your help. We need more people. We welcome you. Blue Hope welcome you. Yeah, over to you, Emmy.
Yeah,
Goosebump.
goosebump moments.
Goosebump, yeah.
So hopefully, if anything, the thing that our viewers or audience can gain from our session today is to have that awareness. Think before you buy. Pikir sebelum beli. Think before you use. Pikir sebelum guna. How I always do it before I want to buy something. Can I make this? Or can I make something that can be an alternative to this? Okay, then tidak payah beli, because almost everything that you buy comes in plastic packages, right? So think before you buy, and it all starts from us. And we have the power actually to say something back to the manufacturer of all these packagings. I think that's an important thing to highlight as well. Kita punya kuasa sebagai pengguna. Whenever we buy things, we
Consumer
have
power.
Consumer power.
Yeah.
Let's become a more empowered consumer community. Bukan kita main beli jadi kedai. Dia bungkus pakai 10 plastik, kita beli saja. Kita mesti question, why does it need 10 single stupid little plastics to package this one thing?
I like that.
Right?
Just a little plastic.
Yeah, I think we need to be a little bit more angry now, because the
yes.
world is dying. So guys, thank you so much. Terima kasih. Kotohwada, Niman.
Yeah, Niman. So yeah, watch out, stay tuned, guys. We're gonna do something huge and shareable worldwide in the Pulau Gaya Island, Sepanggar Island, as well as Mantanani Island, and Tunku Abdurrahman Park, right in KK. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, Emmy.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you, Hanafiah. Thank you, Valentine. And thank you to all our viewers for joining us today.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah.